it said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hello everybody. Sorry I had the wrong scheme on my OBS, so I had to come back and put it on the right thing. I apologize for that. That's totally my fault. On After the Storm, it was great on what it was coming to you all, but when it was coming to what we need to send it to our podcast, it was on the wrong thing, so I needed to come back and change that. And like I said, I apologize for that little mishap, but we are on where we should be now. It's one of those things, I screwed up, my bad. But anyway, like tonight, and I hope that, Rashawn, I hope you get it right and come back on, bro. Sorry about that mess up, but, I don't know why this is I don't know why it's not working properly. There we go. Now let me get it back on where we need to be. There we go. I'm back to where I need to be. Rashawn, okay. We're back to our thing, and my guy Rashawn's already on commenting, and bro, my thing is this. I'm so frustrated with him, our coach. He's just not the guy. And like I said before, that he is fantastic at recruiting, getting guys to be better. He is 100% there. There's no question. He is very good at that. But now that we're trying to take ourselves to the next level, he ain't the guy. And that's just unfortunate. But Rashawn's also saying, Mark almost fooled me with the start of the second half with Wiggins, and once he put Giddey in with Shea, I knew it was over. What I try to tell people is when you understand what the flow of the game is and you understand the game and you're not listening to what the Thunder are telling you to listen to and the BS that they're telling you to do, when you aren't listening to them but you're actually paying attention to what's happening in the game, you don't pay attention to what they're saying. The weak link that we have is our coaching. In the third quarter, the Thunder were going on a run. And then all of a sudden, he just took the ball out of SG's hands. Because why? He's developing J-Dub. That's what he is doing. He is a developmental coach who got us to where we needed to be. He is fantastic at developing players. He's fantastic at out-of-bounds calls. Out-of-bounds plays. 100% when Josh is in the game. Okay? And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that he's not the dude to take us to the next level. He lost all respect when Shaq and Charles and Kenny were interviewing him after Coach of the Year, and he said what he said. But you people in Oklahoma, you listen to the Thunder and you listen to all these radio stations, and you don't understand what the hell's going on. Oklahoma fans are very intelligent about football. But when it comes to basketball, they're not so much. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I've got a friend that we were talking to on the way here, and I love my guy. But he is so caught up in what he believes. He's one of those dudes that you're never changing his mind on what he says. And I was like, when he talks to me about things, well, I was wrong, you were wrong about this. I said, no. I've been wrong about one thing about the Thunder, and that was with Chet. I said, now, they were winning 6 games in a row, 6 out of 8 they had to win. Yeah, I got that wrong. But I'm talking about the actual fundamental part of what the Thunder are doing. I have not been wrong. And that's facts. I have not been wrong. And that's what bothers me about fans like him. They just get caught up and they're going to believe whatever the Thunder's saying. That's fine. But what's going to happen is you've got a developmental coach developing players. His lineups are terrible. He's putting Gordon Hayward in, and I'm telling you, when you're at the game, and those of you at the game, no matter what you think about what I'm saying, those of you at the game, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. When he puts Gordon Hayward in the game, there's this confusion, that's the best way I can put it, it comes over the crowd. They're like, what are you doing? Why is he playing? And that's how it is. Guys, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Why is Gordon Hayward playing? I like Gordon Hayward, and I've said this multiple times. Gordon Hayward is a better player, okay, than what he's showing for us. He just does not fit with our team. He just doesn't. But he's a very good player. He's not a scrub at all. He's just not. But he doesn't fit with what the Thunder are trying to do. So, second thing is, I'm so pissed because we were leaving the game, all these damn Mavs fans were talking trash, and I'm going to the game Saturday. And I can't wait to run my damn mouth after game 3 when we beat them in Dallas. I cannot wait to run my mouth. Okay? I can't. So let's go through my notes. You start the game with SGA, J-Dub, Chad, Josh, Dort, and we got it to a slow start, and Luka was on fire. Okay? Look at my guy Burgess says, this game was winnable. When Gordon Hayward checked in, I saw the faces on the crowd looking in disbelief. And that's exactly what happened. And people were like, what? Why is he playing? Why is he playing? And once again, what I'm trying to tell you guys is, in the playoffs, you get less possessions than you do during the season. You can't have the same mentality in the playoffs that you have in the season. You can't, unless you're not trying to win. Then you do what you do in the season. If you're not trying to win, hey, do what you're doing. That's what the Thunder are doing. The Athletics said the same thing, and like I said, I've said multiple times on this show and on the Unpopular Hour. I wasn't on board with what the Athletics said about the Thunder not being ready to win, the administration and coaching staff. I was like, no, I don't believe that, but I did kind of, because I originally said we were going to win 57 games. And then when I watched the preseason games, I dropped it to 52 because this coach he's not going to play and because you can just see what he's doing. And he's just built that same mentality all the way through the season. He's developing J-Dub to take over. And the fans love J-Dub and they're barking and all that shit, and that's fine. That ain't going to get you W's. That's a fun little BS. That's great. But your main guy is SGA. In the third quarter, you're making moves you don't. Well, let me get my head of myself. Luka was killing us, and the Mavericks got off to a quick start, which I was okay with. Okay, I was okay with that. Then once again, SJ won the lead. We were down 11-4 or something like that, and SJ started getting engaged. It's like, bro, you can't be passive and let Dagnall do his deal. You gotta play your game. Screw what Dagnall's doing. You got to step up because they stepped up to come hit us in the mouth. And you just were like, okay, these guys, Dort shooting threes, Chet shooting threes. We started shooting three. We were 0 for 4 or 5 from 3. Dude, take the damn game over. Forget what the hell the coach is doing. Take the damn game over and get us running. And you did that and you brought us back. Rashawn says, then Mark had a lineup with no Chet, no J. Will going small, and we got worked. We got down 1, and what he's talking about, we went to a lineup that had SGA, J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, and Dort. And they immediately brought in the big fella Gabbert. Immediately. And they worked us. I'm like, Coach, what are you doing? Then in the third quarter, whatever, it was the fourth quarter, they bring in Luka and 10 minutes to go. And here's my notes in the fourth quarter. With 10 minutes to go, it was 37-38. We were down 1 with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go. We started the fourth quarter out with J-Dub, Chet, Josh, Wiggins, and Kaysen, which I like that lineup, okay? It was 32-30. It was 32-36 going into the fourth quarter. We were down 4. With 37-38 with 10:22, they brought Luka in. The minutes manager put SGA in. It was 37-47 with 8 minutes and 3 seconds when he brought SGA in. Because he wants to have SGA and J-Dub play the right minutes. He's the minutes manager. We were down 39-47 with 8 minutes and 3 seconds when SGA came in. And then this lineup, you had SGA, J-Dub, Dort, Kaysen, and Wiggins. That's the lineup you had. Once again, that's not the lineup. It's SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, and J. Will. That's the lineup. He didn't play it one time. That's the lineup that you have to go with in order to make it run. That's your best 5 against their team, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So y'all can get mad at me all you want to, but like I was listening to my boy Mike, he was talking about analytics. I said, whatever the hell you talking about, you're full of shit. The best 5 you got, Dort ain't on that 5. He's not. The best 5 is SGA, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, Kaysen, J. Will, and Wiggins. That's your 5 against their second team. That's the 5 that's made the run. The last game, we went on a 10-3-1 to close the game out in the third quarter. That's the 5. But no, he's keeping Dort. He tries to coach. Once he coaches, and he got out coached by Jason Kidd, which, what the hell? But he got out coached. And that's facts. That's not something we're trying to hide. And I showed you the numbers. What we were doing and what he's trying to do with his lineups, they're terrible. He's costing us. And I'm trying to explain to you about the game of basketball, people. You have 6 to 10, 6 to 8, really 8, really less, 6 to 8, really less, 10, but really 6 to 8 primary possessions that you have. That's what you have in 6 to less possessions in a playoff game. You can't afford to play players and give away possessions, which is exactly what you're doing. At the end of the game, when you need possessions, you're trying to fight back, those possessions you gave away in the second quarter and in the first quarter, those possessions come back to haunt you at the end of the game. But once again, my guy Rashawn's talking about exactly he's our coach. That's facts. And y'all love him. And I like him. I tell you, I like the guy too for what he was doing before. And what I said is the beginning of the year is now you got to coach. We're going to see if you can coach. He can't because he's stuck in where the Thunder are. The Thunder administration are into building a future, not now. And like Mike Darnell got busted, our SGA, our GM, Sam Presti, got busted up today. Talking about, well, Sam busted up the team, didn't want to pay people. That was the first team we had. Now you got another team, and you're going to screw this one up too. You're going to screw it up. And I know you came from the San Antonio tree. I get all that. But, bro, we don't have Popovich as our coach. You can't base what you're doing off a guy who ain't even remotely on his level. Now, he won the Coach of the Year, and I believe the Coach of the Year is the Minnesota Timberwolves Coach of the Year. That's who I had. I didn't have Dagnall. Why? Because I watched us play. And had we been on TV more, he would not have been the Coach of the Year. Had we been on TV more, SGA would be the MVP. He is the first NBA player since 1967 to average 30 points plus 30-plus points a game and his team win the West and not be the MVP. Why? We weren't on TV, and the Thunder don't promote him. They promote J-Dub. That's facts. That's the way it is. When you see Thunder replays, J-Dub, he is going to be very good. J-Dub is a great 2A, 2B player, 100%. He is fantastic. But when you're trying to make him the guy, which is what they're doing, he ain't the dude. And it's just frustrating to me as a player who understands, like, the way I look at the game and the way that every average person looks at the game are not the same. And that's why people get mad at me, because I look at the game differently than them, because I see little things that you don't see. Like when I was coaching, what I did was I'm like, look, I'm preparing you in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade for 9th grade. I'm not preparing you for this. I don't give a shit about winning this because nobody remembers what you did at 5 or 8 or 10. You remember what you did in high school. So I never had a player when I coached who didn't make their 9th grade team. Let me tell you again. Never had a player who played for me did not make at least his 9th grade team. Not once. Not one time did I do that. And that's why. Moshai Rashawn is saying J-Dub's lack of experience came out in the 4th quarter. Yes, J-Dub is good. Like I said, J-Dub's a great player. He's not a great player. He's a good player who's going to be a very good player. It's only his 2nd year. He's going to be a very good player. He ain't ready. And Dagnall is not the guy. He's still the Thunder, or let me tell you, the Thunder in developmental mode. They're still developing this team in their minds. And my thing is this, dude, we're 24-14 in closeout games and close games. And we're not a young team anymore. That young stuff, I'm tired of the narrative talking about how young we are. Screw that. We're an experienced team because why? We played so many close games. And what do? Here's the recipe for winning. It's real simple. We play very good defense, and you put the ball in SGA's hands. That's if you want to win, it's that simple. You play great defense, which we do. You put the ball in SGA's hands and let him do work. Now, he made some not bonehead plays, but he made 2 horrible turnovers at the end of the game in the last 7 minutes or 7 minutes ago or something when they put him in. He made a couple bad plays. He lost the ball one time trying to kick it out, and we were down. We were making a run. I think we were down 5 at that point. And he was trying to kick it out, and he lost the ball. And then he came one time, he went to the lane. Instead of him trying to shoot, he tried to make the pass and lost it again. And the reason why he was doing that because he was not getting the calls that he normally makes when he's going to the basket. And what he's got to change is his mental thought process. He's got to play through the contact and understand I've got to make the shot. Whether I get the call or not, I've got to think 2 points. He's got to change his mentality. Now, when you look on vice versa on the other side of that, Luka said, screw that, I ain't trusting them. I'm going to score. That's got to be SGA's. But that's not the Thunder philosophy and mentality. The Thunder mentality is we play as a group, let's pass the ball. That's the difference between the Thunder and them, okay? And then, of course, here is the box score for you guys to look at, okay? Here's the box score for you guys to look at. So you guys can have a better understanding of what happened today, okay? I should have had more cocktails tonight. Everybody was giving me crap about that. I'm like, man, I don't really drink when I'm doing it. I just don't. Nathan changed all my stuff. I'm trying to find, he changed all my things. I'm trying to find my stuff. I'm like, where did he put things? Nathan, where is my, I've got keys to the game. I got everything but what I'm looking for. I got the shooting percentage. I cannot find what the hell I'm looking for. Why can't I find I'm looking for my box score here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find my box score, and my stuff is all screwed up. Why is it way the hell up there? Here's my Thunder box score. I don't know why the hell it's up there. I need to go back and fix all this. Anyway, here's the final stats, okay, guys? Chet, 11 points, 4 for 12, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, 2 blocks. And what did I say that Chet needed for us to win? He needed to have 18 points. This is what he needed to do, okay? He needed to have 9 rebounds, or 7 to 9 rebounds, and he needed to have 3 blocks for us to win. J-Dub, 20 points, 7 for 17, 2 for 4, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. And I thought J-Dub played pretty decent tonight. SGA, 41 minutes, 33 points, 13 of 24, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay? And then 1 steal, 2 blocks. I thought he played pretty decent, but those 2 turnovers he had were very costly when he had them, 100%. You got to take, you're the best player on the team, you got to make plays, and you didn't do it. Josh Giddey, 11 minutes, 8 points. I thought Josh was he just wasn't there. Minus 20, I don't do the plus-minus stuff, but he was minus 20. Lou Dort, 33 minutes, 3 for 8, 2 for 4, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and once again, he made a couple terrible plays. I don't want him trying to go to the basket and make plays. I want you shooting threes. If you miss them, okay. Don't try to make plays. Please don't. Jay Will, I thought he played pretty good tonight, 14 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds. He was 2 for 4, made his first 2, missed his last 2. 2 assists, and, he got that block on that foul on him, his personal foul, which was a block, I thought, but, whatever, we didn't get it. And then if Gordon Hayward playing 5 minutes, I don't know, if you're going to play that, why are you playing? And as many people have said, he's taking minutes away from Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins, 20 minutes tonight, 3 for 6, 9 points. He played really good, I thought, 2 rebounds. And then Cason Wallace, 22 minutes, 6 points. So I really like what I saw overall from them. But like I said, I'm still pissed off at what I saw from the Dallas fans. I cannot wait to freaking go to Dallas on Saturday and get that W so I can talk trash. Can't wait. And by the way, Nathan Taylor will be doing the game for you guys then, okay? We want to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guy Mark Long up. He's very good at that. They love to be behind the scenes to take care of you guys. Collaborative Logic. If you have needs for computer software or custom software to make your office run smoother, hit my guy Russell Williford up. They also do website design. They did our website, MC Sports Network. Oak Grove Trucking. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy Jose Fierro up, or my guy Adrian, either one of those guys. And of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black owned businesses. So hit those guys up. We appreciate them and what they do for us. Also, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations. The main location at 401 Elm and 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon. Okay, let me get that straight because I get abused for that. So let me make sure that is completely straight, that you know where that is, because I get abused from that. Okay, so let you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know why it says that's where I screwed up with it after the storm. I had to come back and fix that. Where's the new one at? I'm doing the new show and it's not up there on your page. I don't know why it's not up there. Okay. Anyway, or you can go to the YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40, 212 steps, according to Nathan Taylor, from the highway. I'm doubting that. But anyway, as he says, he had to step around the car. That's what he said. I think he's full of it. YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, Shelter Insurance, located, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, 405-670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays, proudly serving the Mid-Dale area since 1982. Love what they're doing over there. And then, of course, my guy Rashawn said, think we should stop doubling Luka. And my guy Burgess 4071, hey, good night, everyone. Good night, bro. Appreciate you for coming on and saying some stuff. Do I think we should stop doubling Luka? No. I think we put the ball out of his hands, but those guys were knocking down three. Washington was 7-11 from three. 7 for 11 from three. So I think that they were just hot, and like I said, what they did from the three, you know, when they're shooting like that, there's not a lot you can do with them, especially when we're not doing what they're doing. He says, my guy Rashawn says, how do I think that the role players guys killed us? They killed us, especially Washington. 7 for 11 from three. P.J. Washington Jr., 7 for 11 from three. Killed us. Okay? Killed us. And they were 13 for whatever from three from the day before. So he killed us. He played great. I cannot argue with anything that he was doing. He just beat us up. Okay? He just beat us up. And that's fine. You know, and like I said, I'm going to the game 3 on Saturday. I will not be doing the show. Nathan Taylor will be doing the show. So I will not be doing the show. By the way, FYI, on Saturday, game's at 2:30, which I think benefits us because they're going through some stuff and they're a little bit tired and they're going to be at home. The crowd's going to be into it, and I can't wait to run in my mouth against those damn Mavericks fans. And I cannot wait to walk out so I can talk trash just like they did tonight when they were doing that. So anyway, and I thought the crowd was fantastic tonight. The Thunder fans were on it. They were lifting the players up. But once again, you got a coach and administration who's not trying to win. And, you know, that's in the lineups that they're playing. It just is. I mean, why is Gordon Hayward playing 5 minutes? Why are you playing him at all? Why is he playing at all? And then, you know, you went small on your lineup one time, like Rashawn said, killed us. You did that. You know, you can't go small. They went big. J-Dub, oh my God, I can't even think of the coach's name. He immediately, when we went small, he immediately put Gafford in the game. We were down 1, they went boom, boom, boom. They were up 10, just like that. Then they put Luka back in the game and down 1. Excuse me, they're up 1. We're down 1. They put Luka in the game, and the minutes manager, he didn't put SGA back in the game. And what have we said all year long? Whenever the best player on the opposing team goes in the game, your best player should go in the game with them. Dagnall does not do that. Every time he doesn't do that in a big game, we get beat. But every time you bring SGA into a game, the opposing team immediately puts their best player in. Immediately. But Dagnall has a system. He's the minutes manager. He does what he does. And it's like, bro, it kills me. Let me see. Hotspot Casino said, we lost the game because we didn't play the perimeter and our players tried to match 3-point while we were missing prior to match 3-point shots while we were missing them. Good point. Good point. Their bench players beat our bench players. And we got beat simply because P.J. Washington was knocking down threes. Okay? And then we came out shooting threes at the beginning of the game, and which we talked about earlier, and we were missing, they were making, and we got in the hole. But we fought back. But like I said, at certain points of the game, because of his lineup decisions, it cost us. Okay? You didn't play your best lineup. Your best lineup, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, is SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, J. Will for 2 minutes, and then you bring in Chet. That's when you make your run. We went on a 10-3 run the other night against them. When the Pelicans was in, we went on a run against them. Why is that? It just is. That's the lineup. And why? Because when you play that lineup, what ends up happening is you've got guys, and let me give you the shooting percentages of that group when you're in the game, okay? Let me give you the percentages. I'm going to give these to you. Here are the percentages when you have that group in and they're rolling, okay? Isaiah Joe, 41%. Wiggins, 49%. Kaysen, 42%. J. Will, 36.8%. Okay? I've said this, but he doesn't play that percentage. Okay, let me see. The funny part, this is my World Hotspot Casino. The funny part is Dallas is going to lose this series because they are living it from the three and not playing true basketball. I agree. And what we've said before is, Casino, is that that Luka is still hurt. And I just said earlier that Rashawn said he was experimenting the line when it was close and we had the lead. That's true. But that's what he does. He is Dagnall is a developmental coach, and he's great at timeouts, calling out of bounds plays. But as far as understanding the game and understanding the flow of the game with lineups, he doesn't get it. And he's been like that last year and the year before. I've been saying this for 2.5 years. That's him. He doesn't get it. But anyway, Dallas is living by the three. The first game, they were, 12 for 35 or something. Tonight, what were they, 18 for what? Let me see, what were they tonight? Let me go over that real quick, because what were they tonight? Tonight, they were 18 for 37 tonight. And he's right. They live and die by the three. And they were, Washington Jr., P.J. Washington Jr., 37 for 11. He did not make them the other night. He made them. And that's what they are. If they're making threes, they're hard to beat. And that's why Drew and I have said that this game, for those Oklahoma City said, those guys on radio talking about, we're going to sweep them, you're high. Dallas is a very streaky team, but the difference is we haven't played. They had a 5-game tough series against the Clippers. Now it's every other night. So we do have the advantage. And especially going into Game 3, we have the advantage because we're playing tonight. They're going to get to Dallas probably at 1 o'clock. They're going to get home at 2:30, 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning by the time they get home tonight. They're going to have a walkthrough tomorrow, and then on Saturday the game is at 2:30. Okay? So that's the Thunder's advantage. Now we can go back and steal Game 3. You're up, and you're doing it. And what are the most important games in the series? 3, 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Those are the most important games in the series. So you got to go back and you got to get Game 3 for the Thunder. We go back up 2-1. If we lose Game 4, whatever, which I think we will, then we come back at home on Wednesday night, every other night, and we win Game 5. Then I believe we go to Dallas and we win Game 6. I believe we win Game 1, we win Game 3, we win Game 5, and we win Game 6. That's my thing. That is my prediction. We were going to win in 6, and I've said that before. Game 7, I worry about it because excuse my language, anything can happen in a Game 7. People can score, do whatever. But that's my theory. We win Game 1, win Game 3, we win Game 5. Or we win Games 3, 4, and 5, which is possible as well. Because remember, Game 6, we play, let me see, what is it? We play Game 1 Tuesday, Game 2 tonight, which is Thursday, Game 3 is Saturday, Game 4 is Monday, Game 5 is Wednesday, Game 6 is Saturday, which is going to give them a couple days rest. So, to me, that's why it's imperative that we do the same thing. And my guy, Hotspot Casino, I said we win in 6 too. That's what I've been saying, bro. Or a young lady, whoever you are, I don't know who you are. But that's what I said. Okay? And on this show, we're not spitting nonsense with what the Thunder say because I could care less what they say. But SGA has to have the mentality that he has to take over games. The second thing that has to happen, the coach has to understand that we're not trying to rebuild. We're in win now mode, and he's not there. That's what has to happen, and I just don't think he's there. So, but I love our team. I love what we're doing. I love where we're at. I love the position we're in. But also, Hotspot Casino, if game 3 and 4 on TNT, Oklahoma City wins. I don't know about that. I hope so, but I'm sure the game on Saturday, I think it's on ABC, bro. I think we're on ABC on Saturday. That's what I think. I have to get there to figure out when it is, but I want to say that it's on. I don't know how to switch the screen down because it won't let me. I don't know how to do that yet. To get this, let me see if I can make. I don't think that'll work. I got to figure that out. But anyway, that's what we need to do. But games 3 and 4, game 3, I believe is on at 2:30 on ABC. Which, like I said, to me, that gives us an advantage for game 3 because it's going to be such a quick turnaround. My guy Rashawn Robinson says shorten the rotation. He's not going to shorten the rotation. He's just not. And I just don't understand why what the hell, like my boy Micah Henson was talking about, oh, you got to, play these guys. I said, the analytics, I said, you're accountant. I don't go by that nonsense. I go by what I see. And what I see is your best lineup, your best 5, you don't play. And you played once this series. And when you did, you went on a 10-3-1, which closed out the game in game 3 or game 1, the third quarter. That's the lineup. And for whatever reason, you don't play it because you're intent on playing Dort. And I was arguing with him about playing Dort with that group. No, get Dort out. We're fine playing with Luka with the other group. Because why? The numbers I just gave you right there, that tells you. They have to decide what to do with SGA. They've already decided we're going to make SGA work. SGA makes the correct decisions to pass the ball. And then you've got guys who can shoot the 3. That's Joe. That's Kaysen. That's Wiggins. And that's Jay. And then Chet. That's what happens. And that's the way I look at it. My guy Rashawn says, thank you for coming online. I feel much better. My pleasure, bro. We had a good time. No offense to Gordon, but we have to get Wiggins early and often. We've been saying that, bro. And my thing is this, that when he came in, you could see the crowd just, it took life out of the crowd. Everybody was like, why is he playing? Why is he playing? I mean, and I've said this a million times, Gordon Hayward is a lot better than what he's playing for the Thunder. Okay? He's a very good player. He just doesn't fit with what we're doing. It's obvious. And I just don't get it. I really don't, because my thing is this. You didn't play, what's our boy's name that plays for Boston? 42. My mind's slipping me right now. But we didn't play him when he played for us, and he's a very good player, and you never played him. Why? Because you're trying to trade him. My deal is this. Why are you playing Gordon Hayward? You know he's not going to be here next year. Just get rid of him. Don't play him. He doesn't fit with what we're doing. But once again, you have to understand what the Thunder are doing. If you're not trying to win, if you're still in rebuilding mode, if you're still in, hey, we're young, if you're in that mentality, we're not going to win. If that's your mentality. I said, excuse my language, F that. And I've said that to the national people. Number one, you haven't seen us play. Number two, give me that young stuff. We know how to close out games. Why is SGA? He led the league in clutch points, clutch percentage. 61% of his shots went down in clutch moments the last 5 minutes of the game. That's what you got. So you play good defense, and then you put the ball in SGA's hands. You don't play good defense and put it in a J-Dub, and then you give it to Chet. SGA doesn't touch the ball, and we get turnovers in crucial moments, which is what happens over and over and over because he's trying to do what? He's trying to develop J-Dub. J-Dub's already a good number 2. He's your number 2. Leave him there. Put the ball in SGA's hands. Give the ball to J-Dub so he can create space. And when does J-Dub miss layups and miss shots? When he's going right. When does he make shots? When he's going left. And I figured out. Okay, my guy's like, I think he was scared of getting injured. I don't know who's scared of getting injured. Who's scared of getting injured? Hotspot. I don't know who's scared of getting injured. And Rashawn, that's what happened to this game. Yes, that's what we've been saying. And do you feel that SGA was robbed of the MVP? 100%. SGA was robbed. And we talked about that at the very beginning. He is the only player since 1967 that averaged 30-plus points a game. His team was the number one seed in the West, and he did not win the MVP. But like I said, the reason why, nobody saw him play. And he lost the MVP when he was hurt against the Knicks. He did not play against the Celtics, and he didn't play against the Sixers in back-to-back-to-back games. That's why he didn't win the MVP. Now, for like Stephen A. Smith and the people who actually got to see him play, they're like, yeah, he's the dude. Let me see. I think he's scared of getting injured. Talking about Gordon Hayward. No, Hotspot. I don't think he's scared of getting injured because he's not even shooting shots. He just doesn't fit in with our team. The hardest thing for a player is, to answer your question, Hotspot, the hardest thing for a player is when you get onto a new team. You've got to figure out, how do I fit in with what they're doing? How do I fit into their flow and don't disrupt their flow, but include myself in the flow? That's how you do it. Now, is there a possibility that he may be afraid of getting hurt a little bit? Possibly, because he knows that he's out of there after this year. He knows that, which to me, the Thunder, just put him on the bench. Don't play him. He doesn't fit what we're doing. Hotspot says Joker is overrated. He's lazy, and to beat Denver, all you have to do is push the pace nonstop against Jokic. The problem with Jokic is we don't match up against him. That's the problem with Jokic. We match up much better against Minnesota than we do against them. We don't have an answer for him. But for Minnesota, they've got athletic players who are all over the place. We got athletic players who are all over the place. Rashawn Ross says all those East Coast television games where SJ did not play cost him the MVP. 100%. That's what I just said, Rashawn. That's what I just said. When he was hurt against the Knicks, and Josh, the play, like if you guys go back and look at that play against the Knicks, that play was designed for Josh to throw the lob to J-Dub. And Josh went, nope, and he kicked it. And you look at Dagnall and look at him when he passed to SJ, that's not what he wanted. But Josh is like, screw that, I'm trying to win. I'm putting it in the best player's hands. Forget what you're doing. Okay? That's facts. But when SJ did not play those games, he hit the game winner against the Knicks, and then he didn't play against Boston. He didn't play against Philly. And then against, who was the other one? The Pacers. And remember, in the Sixers game when Dagnall took Josh out in the last 3 minutes and had Dort bringing the ball up the floor? What the hell are you doing? You got one ball handler, and he's not in the game? The guy, I'm telling you, he's not the guy that everybody thinks he is. You people are listening to the Thunder, and I'm telling you, when he was interviewed by those three guys on TNT, they don't even talk about the Thunder coach anymore. They're like, this guy don't know what the hell he's doing, which is what I've been saying, and you people are listening to the Thunder. And like, oh, well, we're winning. We're winning in spite of, not because of. And it's showing tonight. His lineups, he's costing us because he's not the guy. Remember with Golden State, they had Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson won 50 games back-to-back. They got rid of him and got Steve Kerr and won the championship. He's like Buck Showalter to me in baseball. Buck is very good at building up players, but you got to get a coach that takes you to the next level. This ain't the guy. And why is that? Because the Thunder are still in rebuild mode as management. They're not in win now. They don't get it. They're not in win mode. And let me say, he is such a great player. Let me say, if Josh was on the 2020 squad, OKC would have won Game 7 against Houston. Possibly. That's possibly, bro. He is such a great passer, 100%. But this is my thing with Josh. If Josh is not scoring and he's not in aggressive mode, he's a liability to you on the defensive end and offensive end. When he's knocking down shots and he's scoring and he's aggressive, he is a benefit, and you got to leave him on the court, which is what happened in Game 4 against the Pelicans. Because he was knocking down the three, he was scoring, all his other deficiencies. But he is the best passer on the team 100%. And I've talked about this with Nathan Taylor of YNB and Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. I've talked to them both about this and you guys multiple times. When Josh is in the game for out-of-bounds plays, we always make an easy basket because Josh is throwing the ball in. When Josh is not throwing the ball in, you don't have anybody to get you an easy basket because we don't have. He's the best passer we have, 100%. But he costs us on so many other parts when he's not ready to win the game, when he is not focusing, when he's not aggressive. But with all that being said, I love our team. Why? Because one, we're young, but we're experienced in close games. Number two, we have a superstar, and he's getting ready to do something no other player has done in the history of the Thunder. Be All-NBA and first-team All-Defense. He's going to be the first. Paul George was All-NBA, second-team defense. And how you don't understand he is your best player, what that tells me is you're trying to develop J-Dub to be your number one or be 1A. That's what you're doing. Instead of saying SJ is number one, J-Dub's number 2A or 2B, depending on what he and Chet are doing. And then SGA brings the ball, he kicks to one of them, and J-Dub is amazing in space because when he catches the ball, the defense is running at him, he can go either way and score. Go left, not being able to score right. He's been terrible going right. He's missed I don't know how many shots at the basket going right. Let me see. Hot spot. Coach has to put him in the best position to score, stop making him a catch-and-shoot guy, and have him drive and force teams to foul us and get to the free throw line. I agree, but once again, with SJ's in the game, with Josh, hot spot, you have to have shooters, which is why I said that the best five you have when you make your runs against the second team when J-Dub is not on the floor is SJ, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, Kaysen, and J. Will for 2 or 3 minutes, then you bring in Chet. That's your best 5-6. That's when you make your runs all year long. And this game, in the game one, when we made our 10-3 run in the third quarter and put them away, that's the five you had in the game. Tonight, you didn't play them one time together. And I was arguing with my friend about Dort. Dort doesn't fit with that group. That group plays together because SGA goes to make the play, they sit on the three, and they make shots. My guy Rashawn says the best thing that happened to us during the season was that 30-point Dallas comeback, and we still won. I was at that game, bro, which is I'm going to be sitting in the same seats today. Saturday that I was that game. I was at that game. And they backed off Dort. Dort wasn't making shots, and they just kept him in the game to guard Luka. And I'm like, listen, Luka is killing us. Take Dort out the game because what Dallas did is they double-teamed SGA, they made him give the ball up, and then they forced whoever had the ball up to get it to Dort, and they left Dort open. That's what they did. They left Dort open. And he was trying to shoot, missing. I think he missed 4 straight possessions. He missed 4 straight possessions. Luka's coming out, busting him on the other end. I was at the game going crazy, and that just frustrated me. Oh, Rashawn was there too. You should have said hi to me, brother. I was on the second row right behind the Thunder bench there, right at the corner of the Thunder bench, which is where I'm going to be on Saturday. But anyway, guys, I know we're frustrated. I'm getting out of here, man. I got to get some rest because I got a long day tomorrow, and then I'm getting out of here. I think I'm going to go to Dallas for the game tomorrow night. I think I'm going to be in Dallas on Friday night instead of getting there Saturday morning, so I'm not rushed and not have to worry about getting there, figuring everything out. Then plus my hotel is already set up, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But that being said, hey, great show. See you Monday. Yeah, Rashawn, I will not be. Let me see. Hotspot said the game was different because they double screen on Dort, so that's why Luka scored more this game. No, Luka he got into a groove. But the first half, Luka was not really scoring the second half. Hot spot. He was scoring the first half, not the second half. So they're going to do that. They had to do that with Dort. But Luka he felt better, and it is what it is. And that's why I say that because of his knee and because he's hurt, in order for him to play, 36 hours later from tonight, I think that's going to help us, and we need to get it done. But my guy, Nathan Taylor will be doing the show, Rashawn. So please go ahead and support him on Saturday afternoon. Give him some questions. Talk to him a little bit to make him feel better, and they'll be good questions. So that being said, but yes, I will definitely be back Monday night here in Oklahoma City to do the show on Monday. That being said, hey, everybody, thank you for your comments. Thank you for coming on and giving your opinion. I appreciate it very, very much. And that's being said, hey, Thunder, 1-1, it's okay. Let's go back and get one and get home court back. Everybody